My name is Louis Beau. I'm an investment director at Idinvest Partners. We are a Paris-based but pan-European venture capital and private equity firm. On the venture capital side of our activity, we manage 3 billion assets under management, which means that we are active doing 20-25 deals a year, from seed to Series C stage, I would say. So ticket size ranging to 1 million to 50 million. And amongst the companies that we financed, companies like Criteo, Talent, Secret Escapes, Onfido, Glovo, these kind of companies. And I'm here to promote one of our latest investment to date, a company called Shipfix. Serge, Alleyne is with us tonight.
Yep.
So Serge, can you tell us a bit about Shipfix?
Yeah, well, Shipfix is a data and community platform helping the dry cargo maritime industry be more efficient in the way they trade and communicate on a daily basis, and also access new kind of data intelligence, fresh insights, new benchmarks, indices for everybody involved in the process of fixing a dry cargo ship, and hence Shipfix. Whether you're a charterer, a ship owner, ship operator, freight forwarders as well, and of course brokers, because if you look at the way that those people trade, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty much like the banks in the 80s. They just trade over emails. So before Bloomberg came in with the proper infrastructure. So this means they receive thousands of emails per day. So they have like huge overwhelm, missing valuable information and huge inefficiencies, of course. So we do that. We connect to their email servers, and we extract in real time, business offers, market offers, insights, and we organize that through a market monitor, which is comprehensive, fast, instant, so they could better decide and potentially have, data-driven, obviously, data, but also have a competitive edge against other players in the market.
Okay, but one step back. You guys have no background at all in the logistics space, and notably in the shipping, maritime shipping industry, and not to say about the dry bulk shipping industry, which is a large segment, but a segment of it. So tell us about your background and what is the genesis of the project. Why did you decide to build your new venture as a serial entrepreneur into this very specific segment?
So we are obviously outsiders. My background is mostly tech entrepreneur since 20 years, even though I was an investor for the last 3 years.
Okay.
But this is actually how I met my co-founder, Antoine, who's also an entrepreneur and a fintech entrepreneur, and also a banker and a trader. So he stepped out from his other company, former company, and one of his friends from uni, a third generation of a shipping company, family-owned company based in Belgium, asked him to come see how dinosaur and obsolete they were. So because he knew about building infrastructure, so having some help just potentially changed things. And so he flew away and had a look, during 6 hours, whatever, and saw how overwhelmed, 2,000 emails for that client, for instance, and just spreadsheets all over the place, no data.
You mean 2,000 emails a day?
Per day, yeah.
They needed to compute manually. Maybe can you show us what an email looked like? I think you have a slide with this.
Yeah, well, this is roughly an email. This is the last revolution of the dry cargo industry is emails. So before that, it was telex. So the way they trade is pretty much based on acronyms and synonyms and homonyms of acronyms. So it's really complex to understand what they are doing. But even though you understand one email, you have thousands of emails. If you're lucky, you get 1,000, otherwise up to 7,000 email.
A day.
Per day, and just through one inbox, and 50 people are receiving the same overload, and they don't know who's seen what. So it's just insane, honestly. So that industry needs particularly, a proper, market infrastructure. And this is what we're trying to build, building a community around the shipping, around data for the shipping and maritime space, with the messaging platform we have, so it's interconnected.
So, you're talking about messaging. the market monitor, so an aggregated view. So basically, can you tell us what's your product? I mean, what are you doing with all these emails?
So we extract the real-time data, market offers, so supply demand. So basically we have the market pressure from the cargo side for the charterer trying to just transport a cargo, steel, sand, salt, fertilizer, well, you name it. And on the other side, the supply, what we call the tonnage, which is the position of the ships in a given area. And so people, whether you're a broker representing the cargo client or whatever, the ship owner, operator, you're trying to fix a ship, and because there is a huge cost of not fixing a ship, for instance, you need that kind of interface to speed up the process of filtering, finding the proper match, because the cargo is really specific, but the ship as well, and the ship has, for instance, 500 data points, so it's really, really technical, and then you have all the laws, maritime laws, and the draft, the channel you must enter, according to the ship, you can't just, it has to be specific. So anyway, that's why there's a lot of brokers, actually. It's really technical, it's not about just an address book, there's a lot of operations.
So basically what you're saying is that what you can do with the container space, I mean, building marketplaces and being an intermediary, I mean, being a digital intermediary, skipping the existing brokers, this is something that you cannot do in the shipping, I mean, the dry bulk shipping industry.
We don't believe in any sort of marketplaces for that particular industry, which is highly relationship driven. We want to build and help them be more efficient and save cost, obviously, and save time, but access new kind of data driven. Today they don't rely on a data driven. They just have like one index, two indexes, and it's pretty much like a panel of brokers. So the market is making pressure to have that kind of data, for instance. And you can't have it if you don't have emails, because everything is in the emails. Those guys, for instance, are not on LinkedIn. You have all the signatures, so we also extract signatures. So we have a directory of people, company, ports, ships, and that's why we can gather everybody around the same data with pretty much like the Bloomberg, around the chat and data, so everybody, is seamlessly connected around, purpose to be efficient and to trade maybe more efficiently, or faster, so with a bit of semi-transparency in a way.
So tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, you told us about messaging, directory, and so on. You would like to build the Slack of this industry, plus the LinkedIn of this industry, plus the Bloomberg of this industry, correct?
So yeah, I mean, the messaging platform is really important for building the community, yeah.
Okay.
But we believe that bringing data around a Slack-based, but made for the shipping industry is not about another, messaging platform. It's about making a lot of sense for those players. Just to speed up, the process, exchanging the info, mentioning somebody, and so just opening a view on the market monitor, and then you share a broker you used to trade with, that kind of stuff. So it's collaborative, you can share easily, but around the same, business dynamic, or whether you're, on the bulk, especially on the bulk and break bulk. And there is a lot of sense to gather the whole thing. Ultimately, you would say like it's a LinkedIn, but actually it's a directory first of all. So you have the ship. I mean, we have deep technology, deep learning technology to extract entity of data. So whether it's people, company, ships, ports, and of course cargoes, ships. This makes a lot of sense to have everything in the same place anyway.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you, everybody. Here is Serge from Shipfix. Happy to discuss afterwards with you or via email or LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.